Welcome back to The Wandering Screen. I'm Matt Koss and I'm looking at the queer drama Plain Clothes. Let's get into it. One of the breakout hits of the Sundance Film Festival this year was Carmen Emmy's romantic thriller Plain Clothes. A searing, stylish and audacious film. It explores how societal pressures can shape our self-perception, even when our instincts push us to act differently. Set in 1997, the film follows a young police officer, Lucas, Tom Blythe, who is assigned to a covert sting operation targeting men cruising in a shopping mall bathroom. His role is to lure men through eye contact and gesturing, then, once the man has exposed himself, signal to his partner Ron, Christian Cook, to facilitate their arrest for illicit behavior. But one day, after locking eyes with a moustached, handsome stranger, Andrew, Russell Tovey, Lucas hesitates. Instead of completing the entrapment, he lets Andrew go. As Andrew exits the mall, he slips Lucas his phone number, sending off a deeply personal coming-out journey told across multiple timelines as Lucas struggles to reconcile his desires with his duties. The film opens with a tense sequence of Lucas executing his role. We watch him dressed in plain clothes, scanning the mall for potential targets and making eye contact to lure them into the bathroom. It requires physical flirtation and demands commitment to the role. After the man drops his trousers, Lucas signals Ron, who sweeps in for the arrest, but Lucas is racked with guilt, shame, and panic, because deep down, he doesn't just recognize the behavior he's policing, he craves it. This opening sequence illuminates Lucas's story in such an engrossing, tension-filled way that we're immediately drawn into Tom Blythe's performance as his emotions range from timidity, assuredness, and ultimately helplessness. A little bit of exposition helps explain that there was moral panic behind these operations. A man once murdered 2 young girls after learning predatory behaviors from watching men cruise in public restrooms. Law enforcement responded by cracking down on these encounters, branding those caught as sex offenders. It's a horrifying revelation, particularly for Lucas, who is quietly grappling with his own sexuality, and it's inspired by the real-life moral panic in Mansfield, Ohio in 1963. Director and writer Carmen Emmy, who was nominated for the Grand Jury Prize in the dramatic competition at Sundance, and cinematographer Ethan Palmer, immerse us in Lucas's paranoia by employing a grainy, surveillance-style aesthetic. His memories play out like security footage, distorted, uneasy, constantly on edge, as though he's always being watched and judged. This stylistic choice makes his internal conflict even more palpable because he's moving through the world with caution at every step, and everything changes when Lucas meets Andrew. Tovey is perfect in the role, his soft gaze returning Lucas's with an intensity that's electric, filled with unspoken desire. The tension is immediate and thick and undeniably hot. It's the ultimate prelude to a grinder hookup, best case scenario, an instant connection before the clothes even come off. From Lucas's point of view, the moment crackles with static through the sound design as if his carefully constructed walls are beginning to crumble and malfunction. Plain Clothes unfolds non-linearly. We see Lucas at a New Year's party where his homophobic uncle Paul, Gabe Fazio, worsens his grieving mother's stress following his father's death. We glimpse his struggling relationship with ex-girlfriend Emily, Amy Forsyth, the only person he's confided in about his curiosity. And then there's his timeline with Andrew. While the film's fragmented timeline adds depth, it occasionally disrupts editor Eric Vogt Nielsen's otherwise strong pacing. The dinner scene in particular becomes confusing, with dialogue meant to orient us in time, but ultimately doing the opposite. Where Plainclothes truly shines is in its performances and hybrid media approach, which intensifies Lucas's paranoia as Lucas's paranoia starts to overwhelm him. But it's also balanced in tender moments, like in one scene where Lucas dances with his mother Maria Ditzia, in the living room. Unlike the rest of the film, which mirrors Lucas's fractured mental state, the camera here remains still, and he lets go of any inhibitions. It's one of those rare moments untouched by fear, an intimate portrait of a relationship so many queer people recognize, that close bond with a parent and that fear of breaking it by coming out. The moment encapsulates Lucas's biggest struggle. He's so terrified of what others will think that he's truly missing out on living. Tovey and Blythe's chemistry is electrifying, especially in scenes set in a movie theater and a greenhouse. There's a moment where Andrew asks if he can touch Lucas and places his hand on Lucas's waist, and that moment is so intimate and feverishly dangerous. These moments radiate warmth and safety and intimacy, but beneath them lies an unsettling truth. They barely know each other. After all, they're wearing plain clothes. As Lucas dives deeper into his emotions, his impulse control starts to unravel. Blythe brings a magnetic, wide-eyed curiosity to Lucas, making us root for his self-acceptance. Tovey, meanwhile, is captivating as the enigmatic Andrew. The film's intimate scenes are never gratuitous. Instead, they organically amplify the characters' desires. Their first sexual encounter is a mesmerizing collision of anxiety, passion, and self-discovery. Strobing lights, fragmented memories, and rapid transitions. It feels like a music video, yet it's one of the most emotionally raw moments in the film. Plainclothes is a striking and unforgettable thriller that doesn't just tell a coming-out story, it immerses us in one. Through its gripping performances, bold stylistic choices, and unflinching honesty, it captures the suffocating fear of being watched and judged and ultimately exposed. It's powerful and really haunting and deeply affecting, and the ending packs a powerful punch. You've made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe for all the latest reviews. Did you catch Plainclothes at Sundance? Let me know what you thought of the film in the comments section below, and see you next time.